We're here to discuss, what tools allow us to store and manage our SOLIDWORKS CAD data, because some options are great for storing data, but we know others are better suited more for collaboration. So we'll take a look at some strengths and weaknesses so you can determine the best solution for your situation. But first, a little about me. My name is Gary Foster. I got my engineering degree at the University of Houston. And in a prior life before joining GoEngineer, I worked in the oil and gas sector, where SOLIDWORKS was my daily driver for my CAD software. And I also used SOLIDWORKS PDM, which we'll talk about a little bit today. And then some of my hobbies, I like video games, playing the drums, and throwing frisbees at trees, but couldn't quite find a graphic for that. My contact email is in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. I'll put it up again at the end of the presentation. If you have any follow-up questions for me, you can shoot them over there. I am also joined by my colleague, Nick Sweeney from our marketing department. He'll be mostly just kind of moderating the chat and filtering any questions to me. So if you hear somebody interrupt me, he's allowed. Right, so that said, let's get started. When we talk about data management, there's tons of different tools out on the market to try and address storing and collaborating on data. And we'll take a look at some of these, like local drives, network drives, cloud drives like your Dropbox, OneDrive, and Google Drive, as well as the Dassault products of SOLIDWORKS PDM and the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. But to really understand data management options for product development, we need to look at the product lifecycle. Because throughout the lifecycle, from concept to after-sales service, products follow very similar paths. Some of you may have slightly different flows, and that's fine. But the key is that there's a lot that goes into bringing a product to life, delivering it to customers, and servicing that product. And that continual product lifecycle is really what's at the core of many challenges that need to be addressed to support continued growth and development. So to handle these challenges, we need systems in place that are going to help us with all the heavy lifting. And it's hard to find tools that can manage all the data we generate at the same time. So most customers need to rely on multiple different types of systems that can support managing different functions to handle the data and different information flows. For engineering groups, a PDM tool or product data management tool provides source document control. This is heavily focused on CAD files, drawings, their outputs, and of course the complex dependent relationships of these data sets. And often this tool is used exclusively for and by engineering departments. So starting off with the most simple solution, and that's storing data on a local drive. You can think of your C drive on your computer. This is stable, reliable, and easy to access, and it facilitates secure and easy to make backups. And it's very responsive since the data is local to the machine that we're working on. The problem with this method is that it doesn't encourage collaborative engineering since data is not shared between users. And it also tends to require larger disk sizes, which can sometimes be an issue for user workstations. So network drives kind of take care of one of those issues, and that they allow data to be shared and accessed by multiple users, which is great for collaboration. And network drives tend to be suited for having larger disk sizes. But their downside is that since they are relying on network traffic, they are susceptible to sporadic quote-unquote cutouts that can cause file bloating, SOLIDWORKS crashes, and even file corruption. So it's easy for two users to overwrite each other's work, and managing CAD file references is difficult and time consuming, but I'm sure nobody here has experienced that. So most cloud storage options alleviate the main issue of network connectivity of our network drives. They typically will create local copies of the data onto the user's machine while they edit files, which reduces the risk of file corruption during network transmission. So for example, Dropbox keeps track of versions of data during each save operation, but OneDrive only syncs the changes to the cloud when closing the file. The main thing to be aware of with cloud storage is that they are not quote unquote CAD aware. So they do not solve our issues with maintaining file references and relationships. Additionally, CAD file types are generally an unsupported file type. So any data loss will not be supported by the cloud storage vendor. So the key here is that cloud storage is perfectly fine for storing and sharing files, but not for collaborating in a live production environment, so to speak. So thinking back to that previous slide from earlier, where we looked at our PDM system, when we think of a robust PDM system, we need secure file vaulting, proper access control, the ability to put data through proper workflows, a trackable revision history, and concurrent design. So in the Dassault family of solutions, this is PDM Standard, PDM Professional, and SOLIDWORKS with a connection to the 3D experience. So with SOLIDWORKS PDM Standard, a locally installed SQL Express server is used as the base for vaulted data. And this provides one secure location to store all of the engineering information. But storing that data is meaningless if you can't actually navigate the data and find what you need quickly. So accessing a PDM vault is all done through Windows Explorer. When selecting the vault, you're prompted with a login to verify credentials. And then you can browse the folder structure like any normal Windows folder structure in Windows Explorer. Double clicks, left clicks, right clicks, copy, paste, drag and drop. All of that works the same way that you're used to. So it's simple and easy to get data into the vault. The vault can also be easily accessed while working inside the SOLIDWORKS directly in the task pane on the right-hand side. You'll have all the same features and functions that you have in the Windows Explorer view we looked at a moment ago. Easily navigating the data doesn't do much good though if we can't process that data through approvals. So with SOLIDWORKS PDM Standard, you can have one workflow to process all of your files. This makes submitting for approval easy and effortless. Simply running the workflow allows documents to securely be transitioned to a locked state for review by an appropriately designated user or perhaps group of users. Requests can be completed through the SOLIDWORKS task pane or directly in Windows Explorer. And approval requests are visible through Windows notifications or sometimes called database notifications. And as data is processed more efficiently, users need to be able to see the history of files. With SOLIDWORKS PDM, you can manage and modify files and retain a history of all the file changes. This allows users to retrieve older versions of files through the history dialog window, where you can roll back to earlier versions. Users can get, quote unquote, get selected versions to be used in the active version and use those in their designs. New versions are automatically created each time a file is modified and checked into the vault. This trackable history is at the core of fostering collaboration with users through a check-in and check-out process. So with SOLIDWORKS PDM, users don't need to worry about writing over top of each other's data, or if they're working with the most current versions. While working in the SOLIDWORKS task pane or in Windows Explorer, Users can clearly identify if a file is checked out, who has the file checked out, and what version the local user has loaded on to their machine. Checking files out and in is simple, and since SOLIDWORKS PDM maintains the complex part assembly and drawing relationships of the data, users are prompted when trying to save a file that is not checked out. So what we would consider SOLIDWORKS PDM Standard to be like the baseline for managing our engineering data. Whereas its older sibling, SOLIDWORKS PDM Pro, it has a locally installed but separately purchased SQL server, and it's used as the base for vaulted data. And this also provides one secure location to store all relevant engineering information. But for most organizations, data doesn't always follow the same process. So with SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional, there is no limit to the number of workflows available to process data. Different types of files can follow different paths based on the unique needs of that type of data. And you can customize these workflows to match exactly what your business needs based on existing information flows, or even create new workflows based on business changes. But the value for data management really comes when you can automate this process or any process. And with PDM Pro, we can automate repetitive work. Tasks like generating PDFs, converting files, using the design checker, or printing can be automated through workflows. And you can improve efficiency through email notifications for approval requests. And with higher efficiency in the engineering team, this provides the opportunity to share data across the organization as well. And SOLIDWORKS PDM Pro extends product information to other systems by allowing the import and export of variable values through XML files. Teams can push and pull relevant engineering BOM data information that's connected to accurate assembly CAD data. This means no more manual entry to other systems, which poses a risk of inaccurate or irrelevant data. And the systems aren't all that needs to be connected. You need connection to the data while away from the office. PDM Pro allows remote access to the vault through the Web 2 interface from any system that has an internet connection. Engineers that are constantly on the go and need access to their PDM data for tasks like approvals, they don't necessarily need to use their workstation to review or approve changes. An engineer that receives an approval request while traveling can use their mobile device to log in, browse through the folders, open files with the eDrawings app, and make any necessary approvals. So compared to PDM Standard, PDM Pro definitely provides a better way to manage engineering data. But more than just data management, the 3DEXPERIENCE platform supports an idea to market lifecycle. It integrates the entire value stream of an organization, but it also includes core functionality similar to SOLIDWORKS PDM. This makes it the ideal data management solution for startups. And with SOLIDWORKS connected to the 3DEXPERIENCE, all your data is stored securely on Dassault's global system of data centers. Think of it like a virtual industrial park where you will be one of the tenants. Dassault and SOLIDWORKS are the landlords and service providers who store and protect your data while giving you the tools to create, edit, manage, and share your data. And because Dassault's secure server system is global, users can access data anywhere at any time on any device. If you're working in SOLIDWORks, a convenient task pane tells you that the files have not been saved into the cloud. And also from this task pane, you can search for files that are managed in the cloud and open them or insert them directly into SOLIDWORks. But you can also use a browser to manually navigate the files that are saved to your cloud-based vault, giving you the flexibility to access your data, however you want. You can simply drag a component from your vault into an open assembly in SOLIDWORks, which still runs on your local machine. And the component is downloaded in the background to your local working directory to quickly add models into your assemblies. And the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is keeping track of the status of the files, both in the cloud and on your desktop. The task pane shows if a file in your working directory is up to date with what is saved in the cloud. And accessing files anywhere is great, but you still need to process that data through proper revisions. So with 3DEXPERIENCE, you have a simplified workflow that can be accessed via the browser or directly in the SOLIDWORks task pane, which can be expanded, shrunk, or even moved to another screen. And the maturity graph shows us that it is in the in-work state. We can release it from here or set it to frozen, which is a setting used for a document that needs to be reviewed and approved before releasing it. Selecting release changes the maturity state and updates the cloud vaulted data to the new released maturity status. And with multiple design iterations come multiple revisions. And with 3DEXPERIENCE, all your product revisions are maintained, stored, and accessible for review or to use as a new design starting point. Old revisions can be revisited and branched to explore new concepts, all while keeping track of the original source data. And now that we have powerful cloud-connected data, proper access control is even more critical. And with 3DEXPERIENCE's cloud connection, all your SOLIDWORks data's read and write status is easily stored and managed. You can simply lock files to let other users know that you're working on the data and ensure that there are no overwrites. So with the product data management tools you get, there are PDM Standard, PDM Pro, and 3DEXPERIENCE Cloud Services. And those tools will help solve challenges around maintaining product knowledge, collaboration, and tracking engineering changes. But a PDM system only provides a small subset of the functionality that can support our overall business efforts. A PLM tool is built as a business tool designed to be used far beyond just engineering departments, but it contains within it the engineering data used by a traditional PDM system. So instead of just covering a few business challenges centered around engineering development, we can cover a wider array of challenges with access to tools well beyond concept design. We can focus more on how the business builds and maintains products in addition to the engineering development. And for a robust PLM system, we need PDM functionality, we need information and analysis about our data, the ability to create and track real-time work, a way to manage overall portfolio of products, and streamlined management for BOMs and non-CAD items. So in the Dassault family of solutions, this would be PDM Professional with SOLIDWORKS Manage, or SOLIDWORKS with a connection to the 3DEXPERIENCE, leveraging higher level ENOVIA functionality. With SOLIDWORKS PDM in the Manage solution, SOLIDWORKS Manage sits on top of PDM, so you can expand on the work that you're already doing with SOLIDWORKS PDM. SOLIDWORKS Manage can give you key insight from your day-to-day usage. You can configure built-in data analytics to compile and present live data from Manage and PDM. You can use charts, graphs, tables, dials, widgets, and gauges to tie your fully customizable dashboards to source data for preparing and automating reports. But the data is beyond just CAD information. We need to be able to assign tasks. And you can assign and track task completion across the platform. Tasks can be linked to any type of data records, including CAD items, BOMs, workflow stages, and even project phases. And as our product portfolio complexity increases, so does the need for a tool that can manage that portfolio. And with SOLIDWORKS Manage, you can use integrated product portfolio management for every facet of the product development process. You can connect timesheets, Gantt charts, phases, milestones, and data analytics to your deliverables. And Manage provides a more robust BOM and item management solution compared to PDM. With Manage, you can go beyond simply managing MCAD design data with document management to upload, preview, release, and revise documents like Excel spreadsheets or Word docs, that kind of stuff. You can create and track non-file-based items. These items can be used in BOMs to represent non-CAD objects like consumables, think tape, grease, packaging materials, etc. And they can have their own BOMs, attributes, attachments, and relationships as well. And since you're using an item-centric database instead of a CAD-based database, you can create and compare BOMs, EBOMs, and MBOMs without being limited to working only with CAD files or creating dummy blank CAD files. So these features really put SOLIDWORKS Manage as a true PLM solution. The 3DEXPERIENCE ENOVIA solution works in conjunction with the data you've uploaded to your 3DEXPERIENCE Cloud Vault to expand your product management capabilities. To expand how you understand your data, you need better ways to visualize the information. On the 3DEXPERIENCE, you can configure dashboards to show only the information you want to see, the way that you want to see it. It's just like how the dashboard in your car provides you with the important things you need to see to drive and navigate the roads. But imagine if you could rearrange your car dashboard and add more indicators and feedback if you wanted. Me personally, this screen looks a little bit cluttered. So I could also simplify the information down to only what I really care about. And now the processing of information is critical to on-time completion. So with the 3DEXPERIENCE, you can connect your team's tasks together for collaborative planning and execution. Users can assign tasks that need to be complete and attach the source CAD data, not a copy of the data, but a link directly to the correct files. So project planners can graphically review and edit product structures and dependencies to see accurate milestone expectations. And mobile users can update task assignments, statuses, and completion, allowing your team to continuously plan and execute from anywhere on any device. And when changes occur, all the data is connected for real-time updates. And as our products become more complex, we also need tools to manage that complexity. With 3D Experience, product managers can have and better define product offerings to the right markets and/or customers. An easy-to-use graphical interface allows you to define the right product combinations. And rules can be written to capture logic required to meet your right offering. Product managers can define standard product offerings and compare product offerings all in a web browser. And all this information, again, is connected directly to the source engineering data. And we know that products are complex and their BOMs are too. So with 3D Experience, you can not only create traditional BOMs and EBOMs, but also create MBOMs. With the web interface, you can create a manufacturing item structure that better represents your manufacturing needs, including the creation of manufacturing specific non-CAD items, parts, and kits. With an easy drag and drop interface, restructuring the CAD BOM can be done quickly and easily. You can quickly note what parts and kits are made and which ones are purchased. And all this work can be done while connecting to the original CAD data and managing your MBOM lifecycle in a similar fashion. So these features make 3D Experience ENOVIA the most robust PLM solution. And with product lifecycle management, the tools to get you there are PDM Pro with Manage or 3D Experience ENOVIA. And now these tools will help solve challenges beyond engineering development to support how the business builds and maintains products. But when our business is heavily centered on product development and delivery, a PLM system becomes of even greater importance. You know, instead of just supporting product development as well as delivery, we could cover more challenges of the sales and manufacturing processes. So for an expanded PLM system, we would need not only traditional product lifecycle management, but also design validations, support for sales efforts with bids and proposals, full factory floor planning, and effective product communications. And in the Dassault family of solutions, this is the 3D Experience. The 3D Experience provides a robust PLM system that can leverage data across the organization by leveraging all of the Dassault family of tools across one universal platform. Real product lifecycle management goes beyond just using data for drawings. With the use of Simulia tools on the 3D Experience platform, you can go further with your data to simulate its use for design validation. A complete set of multi-scale and multi-physics capabilities power these robust analysis tools. This includes connections to state-of-the-art established technologies for structures, fluids and acoustics, electromagnetics, and multi-body simulation. And all of this insight is powered by your design source data, which keeps everything connected and up to date. Designing and validating products is only half the battle, however. Some products must be sourced. With connected ENOVIA functionality, you can create and manage RFQs for parts and assemblies that you need sourced directly from the platform to your supplier. The RFQ can include detailed sourcing document information as well as necessary CAD geometry information. Your request is sent to your designated supplier, who can review the proposal and all the corresponding relevant data, submit their response. Because the data is all connected, as soon as they update their bid, you see the submitted response and can process the appropriate sourcing information for your system. Beyond source control parts, you still need to manufacture or assemble products for your customers. And with state-of-the-art Delmia technology, you can plan, define, and execute manufacturing while continuously optimizing operations. You can make better business decisions with real-time manufacturing analytics and reporting. And you can actually also reduce errors and increase overall efficiency with virtual validation and resource optimization. But manufacturing the best product in the world doesn't mean anything if you can't get customers excited about it. And with 3D Excite technology, you can bring your products to life to provide stunning imagery and graphics. Imagine being able to create innovative marketing visuals well before manufacturing even starts. Changes to colors, textures, and environments are possible without breaking the link to the product data. Anyone in the organization can produce marketing assets from a 3D model directly in a web browser and create visuals that truly drive end customer excitement and demand. So these features really make 3DEXPERIENCE the most robust PLM solution available. So it's a tool that can support, a much wider array of business challenges. And as a PLM system functionality grows in importance to our organization, 3DEXPERIENCE can grow and scale with us to cover those needs. And as DS continues to grow with more tools and more functionality, we'll have a larger single product development platform to leverage throughout the organization. So switching gears a little bit here, when we're looking at implementing any of these systems, we need to consider, are we using or looking for a highly customized system that has a higher upfront cost, or a more standardized system that is less costly to deploy? The most customizable solution available is a SOLIDWORKS PDM system. PDM Standard or PDM Professional, or even PDM Professional with Manage, can be tailored to suit your needs very accurately. And while the system is fully customizable, there are some concerns you need to be aware of. Excuse me. This solution does require some local infrastructure and maintenance. So if you're looking to deploy a system like this, please reach out so we can discuss implementation options. But what if you want customization, but more flexibility? GoEngineer has hosted PDM and managed solutions available. So if you want remote access or want to offload your IT overhead, we do offer software hosting as a service. What we essentially do is duplicate like your existing PDM database, upload it to a secure private Azure server, and host a virtual machine that grants your organization secure access to your data. We make an IPsec tunnel for your network, so any connected users can access it from your office location, or we can even set up VPN access for your remote users. But if you are a new PDM customer and want software hosting, we can do that for you as well. And what if we need a solution, if that solution doesn't really even cover your needs, or it's too costly to deploy up on the front end. We offer the 3D Experience platform as that solution. The 3D Experience is configurable to your needs, but it also crucially scales with your growth. We can help with determining the tools within the platform that you need and assist with your implementations. So reach out to your sales rep or request more information with the QR code here. But ultimately, no matter what the solution is, whether it's local, hosted, or the platform, we want to focus on what problems you are trying to solve, and we can help find the solution that meets your needs. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the main portion of this webinar. Here's my email again. If you have additional questions, please forward any and all of them my way. And I don't have access to the chat open, but I will call upon Mr. Nick Sweeney here to see if there were any questions we needed to address before talking about some of the other fun features GoEngineer has.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, there are a couple. The first question, and I'm checking on this one, is does 3D at the site require any specific graphics card? I believe the answer to that is no, it does not, because it is a 3D Experience application. So everything that runs via the platform is done via the Dassault servers. So you shouldn't require any type of graphics card. Number two, does 3D Experience support API? Gary, do you have a little bit more color to that? Because I can answer that very vaguely, but not very well.
I actually, unfortunately, do not have any more detailed information, Nick. I'll be perfectly transparent in that my background is in the PDM realm with regard to data management solutions. But if you wouldn't mind noting who asked that question, we can follow up with them about some of the API capabilities that do or do not exist with the platform.
Yeah, well, we will get a full list of these questions that we can follow up on. So if we aren't able to get to your question, we'll follow up. I believe the short answer to the API thing is there is the ability to write custom applications for the 3D Experience platform, but it's not going to be a totally open API. Tools like SOLIDWORKS PDM and SOLIDWORKS Manage, they do have the ability to write totally custom hooks into SOLIDWORKS PDM. We have tons of custom programs that we've written. The 3D Experience API may only be open to partners. That's where my confusion is.
Agreed.
And then the final question is, what is ITAR and what is not? In this case, 3D Experience platform is not ITAR. Everything else can be. SOLIDWORKS PDM can be made to be ITAR. SOLIDWORKS Manage can be made to be ITAR. Of course, local file storage can be ITAR as well. But yeah, the 3D Experience platform is not ITAR compliant, at least not the solution that the vast majority of our customers use.
Cool. Any other questions?
Not as of yet. But if anybody does have any questions, put them in the chat, throw them in the questions box, or as a perfect segue into this, you can always ask them on the GoEngineer community as well. The GoEngineer community is something that we started as GoEngineer, and it's just a forum for engineers. You don't have to be a GoEngineer customer or anything like that. So if you want to jump on there and ask your questions, interact with other engineers, share your latest ideas, go ahead and create an account on the GoEngineer community. It's free. You can do it right now if you want to by scanning that QR code right there. And that's not the only way to stay connected. Of course, we have all kinds of mediums. So the newsletter that we send out pretty regularly, we have a few of those. We send out a blog newsletter. We have a webinar newsletter. We have events newsletters. We send out all kinds of updates. So if you would like those, you can go ahead and scan the QR code there to get on the newsletter email list. We offer professional training. If you want to develop your skills and get and refine your skills and learn more things, you can certainly check out our training. We offer in-person training. We offer virtual, online with a live instructor, and of course, self-paced training as well. We do post a lot on our YouTube channel, including our webinars. So this webinar recording will be on the YouTube channel once it is refined and edited and put all together. So definitely check out the YouTube channel, not just for this webinar, but we post videos there pretty regularly as well. And if you missed it last time, there's the QR code for the community once again. So if you'd like to join that, post a forum topic, answer some questions, get involved yourself, you can definitely do that. We have another question in the chat. Does 3DEXPERIENCE support Solid Edge? The same person asked me earlier if you could do NX files. The answer to that is you can store any type of file you want in the platform or in the native SOLIDWORKS PDM. So it supports it to a point. Support does mean different things though. So there's an add-in for SOLIDWORKS, as you saw while Jerry was sharing his screen, and he was showing the over on the right-hand side of SOLIDWORKS, you can see like, hey, this is what it looks like, and here's the integration with the platform. That may not exist with something like a Solid Edge file, but you can still store the file in the platform, save it there, open it, upload new files to the platform. There's nothing stopping you. It's not SOLIDWORKS specific. Yes, it is by the people that make SOLIDWORKS, but you can store any type of file you want on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, whether that's Solid Edge, NX, AutoCAD, generic Word documents, text documents, PowerPoints, you name it. Gary, that's all the questions we've got right now. So if you want to wrap us up, I'll pass over to you.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate that, Nick. Just wanted to say thank you again to everyone for taking some time out of your day to check out this webinar and for your engaging questions. And be on the lookout for our future webinars. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.